Hey guys, it's me Suja over here. Welcome back to another video. So on this video, I'm going to be talking about should you come to Vietnam as a solo traveler? So if you're new to my channel, the name of my channel is called as Sujoy in Vietnam. I've been living over here for over 7 years now here in Vietnam, and I was an English teacher before for 4 years, and then I started my online digital marketing business. I'm also a full-time YouTuber. So if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, it just takes less than 2 seconds. Just hit the subscribe button, and that way you can support my work. So before I continue, I decided to have a bit of different setup today. I just want to try this out because most of the time when I'm actually vlogging, when I'm making my YouTube videos, so I always have that kitchen as my background, as my video background. So today I'm actually trying to try out a new background theme. So this is actually my living room. So let's talk about this topic. Like should you come to Vietnam as a solo traveler? So, sorry, if you want my honest answer, I would say yes, sure, why not? It's Vietnam is great for solo travelers. I believe there's an article on Vietnam News. I'm going to keep a link of that down in the description below, where they talked about how Vietnam is safe for female solo travelers. So if you're a female solo traveler, you should definitely check out Vietnam. You should keep Vietnam as your bucket list for your upcoming travels. Sorry. So you can come to you can visit Ho Chi Minh. You can go to Hanoi up in the north, and you can go to Da Nang, and also you can go to Hoi An. And of course, the reason why it's preferred by many solo travelers is because they find it to be very safe. So that's what the article actually mentioned, but I'm going to keep a link of that down in the description below. Now, if you ask me personally that would I like to travel? I mean, do I prefer being a solo traveler if I was to come to Vietnam? If I was supposed to take my first trip here to Vietnam, I would say yes. I think I recommend that. Being a solo traveler, it gives you a lot of freedom to move around and explore. Like you're not, if you're traveling as a couple, or if you're getting your family, then you kind of have that kind of an obligation. You don't have that much of freedom, so it's just like you always have to stick around. And especially I don't like to travel as a group, because I know, like, there are like a lot of these private groups, like foreign travelers, like Chinese tourists, traveling as a group and all that. I really dislike that. It doesn't give you any freedom. You're always locked in that kind of environment. You don't get the freedom to move around. um, as a solo traveler coming to Vietnam, you will get the freedom to explore the nightlife. You can try out different, you can go to different locations. You can go to walk around in different alleys. And of course, you can try out, like different backpacker hostels. If you want to try out some backpacker hostels over here in Ho Chi Minh and Saigon, it's great for solo travelers. Like you can try out different backpacker hostels. You can engage in different activities, because most of these hostels, they have these different activities, events, like night outs, parties. And of course, like if you're a solo traveler, you would definitely enjoy Bui Vien Street in Ho Chi Minh City, which is the party street. And of course, if you're in Hanoi, you can enjoy Old Quarters. But honestly speaking, if I compare both, I would anytime, I would anytime give my vote for Bolivian, because it's like nothing compared to that. Like I went to old quarters in Hanoi. I was there for 2 months, but I didn't get the vibe. So yeah, if you're a solo traveler, Bolivian Street, Ho Chi Minh City, District One, that would be a great place. You can enjoy some beers, some rounds of beers. You can go to some nightclubs over there as a solo traveler, and you can socialize with other foreigners, other foreign tourists, or like being a solo traveler also gives you the freedom to meet up with different people. Like especially if you're single, I'm talking about guys. Like if you're single, you can hook up with and if you're coming out here like for, if you're on that 90-day visa, and if you're just going to be out here for a slow travel here in Vietnam, I think that's a great place for you. I mean, this is going to be a great hub for you, especially in the dating scene. So, like, you can find someone over here, you can date someone over here, she can show you around, you can date a nice Vietnamese girl, she can show you around the city. You can get to know the hidden coffee shops, because like here in Vietnam there are a lot of coffee shops over here. And also you can find some hidden gems here in Vietnam, especially in Saigon, like secret coffee shops or restaurants, bars. So took down a couple of my notes over here. The pros, of course, you can enjoy the natural beauty. I remember, like I saw this Indian couple. This dude, he's pretty young, and he's married, and like he got two kids, and like he came to Vietnam, and I was observing, and I could see that his wife was like all the time, like she was like shouting at him, and dictating. And I was feeling bad for the poor guy, like he's not getting the freedom to enjoy Vietnam. He's kind of bound with a moral obligation or something. So yeah, if you're making your first time trip to Southeast Asia, especially Vietnam, and that also includes Thailand, come as a solo traveler. I preferably like to go as a solo traveler, even if I'm like even if I have even if I'm married, or even if I have a girlfriend. I would prefer to be a solo traveler and explore different regions. But that's just my personal intake. But yeah, being a solo traveler, you get that kind of warm hospitality. It's just that those are the pros. Um, but yes, I just want to give you some tips for being a solo traveler. The first one would be definitely stay connected with your family members, especially when you're coming to Vietnam. Don't get me wrong. Yes, Vietnam is a safe country, but if you see my previous videos, I talked about it's not exactly safe. So just be connected with your family members, because over here in Vietnam, especially in major cities like Ho Chi Minh and Hanoi, you have the pickpocketing, theft, and all those kind of things. Maybe somebody can snatch your phone, or somebody can steal your bag or steal your cash. So it's always a good idea to stay connected with your family members, so that, in case of some emergency, they can help you out during the crisis. In case if you encounter these kind of situations. Um, as a solo traveler, I highly recommend you learn some basic Vietnamese language, because majority of the people over here in Vietnam, they don't speak English. I mean, yes, from over times things have improved a bit, but I mean, especially if you're out here in the countryside. But yeah, heck, you're a tourist, so you wouldn't be coming out here to the countryside. But it's just that like majority of the like still like majority of the people over here in Vietnam, they don't understand English. They cannot speak in English, but they may know a few words. But it's always a good idea to know some basic words, some survival words. So if it's going to be your first time trip here to Vietnam, just go on YouTube, and then just check up some basic survival words, like how to say hello, I want, how learn the numbers in Vietnamese. So learn the numbers in Vietnamese. Always keep up, always keep informed, if you're staying in a hostel or a guest house, always let them know where you're traveling, what are your where you'll be going out, so that in case of some emergency, they have your emergency contact number. So that is very important. Always use trusted transportation. There's a lot of scams out here when it comes to transportation, especially grabs. You'll find these shady guys wearing green jackets, grab jackets, pretending to be grab drivers here in Saigon, even in Hanoi also. And they'll be like, "Hey man, where you want to go?" So be careful of these kind of shady people, because they can take you for a ride and they can charge you a lot of money. You may land up paying around like $30, $50. Maybe it was the original fair price for it is like $2 or something, but you'll end up paying a lot of money. So be careful of that, and especially those bicycle scams, where after 2 minutes, that person will charge you the dude will charge you $10 or something. So be careful of these things. The shoe scam, yeah, be careful of that. Don't get your shoe cleaned. Don't get your shoe cleaned out here, and be very careful of your phone, your wallet. Especially if you're having a smartphone, like if you're having an iPhone and all those kind of things. Don't flash it around. Be careful of your money. Don't flash around your money. And I highly recommend don't carry a lot of cash with you in your wallet. Just like carry like maybe $50 tops, and just keep your card and everything very safe. I made a video about this much before that. When you take out money from the ATMs over here, make sure to double check, flip your wallet 3 times to check that you got your card. Yeah, so public transportation, use Grab, download the Grab app, or you can, they don't have Uber out here in Vietnam, but you can download the Grab app. So you can use the Grab app over here. Don't go out too much late at night, especially things start happening, shit starts happening, like especially Friday nights or Saturday nights. Here in Saigon, like especially if you're going out in Bui Vien Street and, drinking a few rounds of beer and walking around, and, you could be an easy target. It's like, remember, if you're going to be getting pickpocketed, or if somebody's going to snatch something from you, it's not only one person who has an eye on you. There are 2, 3 guys who will be tailing you first. And, they will be monitoring you. And when the coast is clear, some dude on the motorbike will come and snatch your phone or your wallet or something. So just stay vigilant. Don't go out in the dark alleys. Don't pick up fights. From my personal experience, yes, Vietnam is still a very intimidating. I mean, it's a safe country, but it can get very overwhelming, and it can also get many a times intimidating. Don't pick up fights with the locals over here, because it's not only one dude, but it's like he's going to get his gangs of friends, and it can get nasty. If you check all those TikTok videos and YouTube videos. So yeah, be careful, stay vigilant, and make sure to have a kind of a planned itinerary. Okay, so it's just that yes, coming to Southeast Asia is fun, as a solo traveler, but you should have a general idea of what you're going to be doing, right? So just have a basic knowledge, like what are the tourist attractions you want to visit, like day 1, day 2. And of course, the add-ons are pretty much unplanned. Like, maybe you want to go out for a quick drink or a nightclub, or you want to go for a quick, a street market or something like that. So be very careful. And especially if you're in Ho Chi Minh City, if you're going to Ben Thanh Market, which is the night market, street market, be careful over there, because, they charge prices like 3 times more. So you got to haggle a lot over there, like you got to, if somebody's selling a bag or a t-shirt, like maybe you may say like 200 or something, you got to like put it half the price, so be careful, because don't, try to avoid getting, it's very easy to spend more out here in Ho Chi Minh City and Saigon. And even in Hanoi, it's very easy to spend money, but you got to be careful, cautious, be wise of your expenses, because, don't go to shady karaoke bars, and be careful if you're going to Japantown out here. in Ho Chi Minh, which is like the nightclubs and all that, especially for Japanese contract workers who are coming out here to Vietnam. Be careful, because there has been a news out here that some foreigner, he was charged like, I think, $500 or something like that. And the bill was supposed to be like $100, but I think he had to pay like $500 or $600 or something, and he got into an altercation. He was justifying himself. I'm not sure if the tourist police is going to help a lot over here in Vietnam. It's not like here in Thailand where you have a hotline number. You do have tourist police over here, but I don't know how effective they are. But like these guys in the karaoke bar, they got really violent. They asked him to strip naked, and it's just like really disgusting. So be careful. Things can get very sour very fast. So as long as you're minding your business, that's good. Know your limitations. Just be careful. Know how much of money you can spend. All right, don't go overboard. Don't be that kind of a loose foreigner or loose end solo traveler where well, I'm in Vietnam, I'm just going to be so loose and so free over here. It's not recommended. I wouldn't advise that, especially in this part of the town. I mean, in Thailand, it's a different story altogether. It's more into a tourist-oriented market, but here, just be a bit cautious. Couple of the challenges which you may be finding as a solo traveler when you come out here to Vietnam would be the language barrier, as I mentioned. So it's always, I recommend you have some kind of a pocket translator, or you use Google Translate, or the moment you land in Vietnam, I would not recommend you change your SIM card at the airport, because maybe they may charge extra money or something. So, but you can go to a mall and or you can go to an electronic shop over here like FPT, if I'm right, or other electronic shops, and just get a SIM card soon ASAP. If you're going to be especially staying on that 90-day visa, yeah, so get a local SIM card. And because sometimes like the Wi-Fi, there's a bit of Wi-Fi connectivity problem. Vietnam doesn't have the best of Wi-Fi. There's also a lot of interruptions, and especially if you're going to be staying in hotels and backpacking areas, and so there may be interruptions with the Wi-Fi. Certain websites are not. You cannot browse out here in Vietnam. You have to use VPN. You can use a free VPN. I'm not promoting any VPN, so you can download whatever VPN you want. Especially if you're into digital marketing, maybe you cannot use certain websites like Medium and all those kind of things, right? Cultural differences, be wary of cultural differences. So have that kind of knowledge before coming out here to Vietnam. Respecting the local customs and norms. Don't be too loud. Usually Vietnamese people, they don't like loud type foreigners. They're pretty much kind of a quiet type and introvert type people. So yes, and the major problem which actually arises between a foreigner and a local, when things really turn south and when shit really happens, shit really hits the roof, is, I would say, misunderstanding. For sure. Language misunderstanding, because like I said, most of the Vietnamese people, they don't speak English, and you may not be able to communicate, you may not be able to express your opinions, and that can lead to a very bad misunderstanding, and it could get into a physical altercation. So be very careful, mind your P's and Q's. So yeah, overall, do come as a solo traveler as a Vietnam if it's going to be your first trip. Or I prefer always traveling solo, even if I'm traveling around in Southeast Asia. So let me know in the comments down in the section below. Let me know down in the comment section below that, are you planning your trip to Vietnam? Are you planning to come as a solo traveler? Or are you here right now in Vietnam as a solo traveler, and how has been your experience so far? I would love to hear from you. And I really hope that you like my new setup, because I've always been making videos from my kitchen, I need a change. So yeah, I hope you like my new setup. So if you really like watching this video, make sure to like my video. And if you found my video to be informational, you can buy me a coffee. The link is down in the description below. And yeah, and make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, so and of course, if you're traveling around in Southeast Asia, and if you're also a solo traveler and you want to make passive income online, you can also check out my income stream website. The link is down in the description below. So with that being said, have a great journey, have a safe and great travel here in Vietnam as a solo traveler. Peace out.